We're live right now on my camera. You can stay after. I'll bring you in. I'll introduce you like a pro wrestler does. We are at Chicagoland Aquariums, the best of what they do in this entire area. They're located on Broadway and Bradley. You've driven by, you've looked through the windows, you've looked in there to see what's going on in there. We'll stop inside and take a look here at Chicagoland Aquariums. We've got a hot guest today, a guest I'm excited about. And let Jim have a few words first before we actually bring him in.
Well, this is actually going to be a real exciting, this is going to be your most visual, stimulating tour that you've walked through in any of the interviews that we've done with Mike here.
You
know, and what's really interesting about this business too is there's nothing like it around here.
Nothing.
So you guys are going to be exposed to something that's you know, not brand new, but pretty much a new spin on it.
New spin.
And the owner is someone that we're going to bring out right now, and actually you're going to meet him. He's a pretty interesting guy.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show for the first time, the owner of Chicagoland Aquariums. He is Bobby Moon.
What's up, everybody? Bobby from Chicagoland Aquariums. These two are not going to be the most lit dude in this live stream. I promise you that. That's for sure, 100%.
Bring it.
I'm in this beautiful sandwich right here on 428 West Broadway. Make sure you come and check us out. We are a saltwater fish store. We're expanding into freshwater, hydroponics, aquaponics, all that stuff that's in the future. And I just want to say I appreciate you guys coming and popping by and seeing what we do.
Yeah, you know, I think the whole county thrives off small local business. Everything booms off small local business. So we like to see what small business owners such as yourselves, what they do to get to where they've gotten. So you started off across the street on Broadway.
Yep.
Let's talk about how you guys started off first and foremost. How did the idea of Chicagoland Aquariums come to mind?
So for me, I always thought if I had the sweetest fish tank, I'd have like the hottest girlfriend.
Did it work?
No, not at all. It was a complete failure, but it also got me into the career that I wanted to be in. So I've just been interested in fish tanks my whole life. Actually, if you guys are from around here, you remember Pig Pet and Jim Kuckie, little pet store. They actually had a big fish tank with these jawfish in there when I first started. And that was my dream, was to have a store and then have my own jawfish in there and do what I wanted to do.
Wow, so actually a dream, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure. Well, eventually, first it was just like, I'm into the hobby, and then I worked at fish stores, and then you get older and you're like, well, what am I going to do? And then it was like, all right, I got to take this seriously.
I'm good at this, I can run a business now.
Yeah, it was like, I was working for somebody else on North of Tinley, had a really nice big volume store in the industry, and then from there it was like, man, I can do this on my own, or at least try. You know, I was young enough to be able to try. So then I was fortunate enough, at that point I was doing Facebook sales for a company called Kush Corals, which is, I'm wearing a shirt right here.
Okay.
It's our online company. That online company was able to buy Chicagoland Aquariums, which was about 12 client list of maintenance. Like we would clean Red Lobster, we would clean houses in Naperville and stuff like that.
Nice.
So I ended up quitting my job at the fish store to do that full time, and it went from 12 clients to about 45 clients, to the point now where I don't even clean the clients' tanks anymore because we have employees that do it.
Wow, you're so good at what you did. You kept getting those clients to come your way.
Yeah, well, it was nice to get the Red Lobster account, and then another Red Lobster, then another, and then, you know, now we do Presence Heritage, we do one in Riverside. So if you've got a fish tank and it needs cleaning,
call this guy right here, right here.
Hey, if you're just joining the live stream, thanks for jumping on live. You guys are going to want to stay to the end here. We're going to tour this magnificent facility. You're going to see some of the most visual stimulating corals.
The most visual.
You know Mike here, but if you haven't seen at the beginning of the stream, go back to the replay. We're here with Bobby Moon at Chicagoland Aquariums here on Broadway Street. You also heard him mention, too, the other brand that they have on this awesome shirt. You'll see the apparel when we do the tour, Kush Corals. So Bobby, I got a question for you, and a lot of our audience, I always want to know too, you know, what's the day in the life of someone like yourself, a business owner, you're managing people, you're doing online sales.
Keeping things going.
Tell us a little bit, you know, what happens when you wake up for the day?
when I wake up, I literally wake up, turn my phone on, it burns my eyes to the point where it wakes me up and I can't go back to sleep because there's, 17 messages right there. Like, for instance, yesterday we shipped out maybe 30 boxes of coral. So today I wake up, make sure that everybody got their boxes of coral, anything was dead, anything was missing, make sure that they know we're answering. Basically, it's answering messages all day long, answering phone calls all day long, and then getting ready to prep the store. We open at 1 o'clock, but before 1, we're cleaning fish tanks. So it's, wake up, messages, clean fish tanks, open the store 1 to 8. 8 o'clock goes down. We do auctions on eBay and online and on Facebook until about 1 or 2 a.m. 3 or 4 a.m. I'm putting stuff on the website, and then I crash, and I do it again the next day. So my fiance also owns Heather's Custom Cakes, which is right down the road.
Nice.
So between this and that place, it's just like as we're doing this video, there's customers here in the store right now.
Yeah.
it never ends, which is awesome. I would much rather be super busy and have that problem than, you know, what do I do? So.
Better be busy than not busy. That's for sure.
Yeah, and the internet helps us do that. When we're closed here, we're pumping stuff up online. If the internet's slow, then we're trying to do our service accounts or sell more service accounts. So it's just about different streams of trying to make income for us, you know. So, and my guys here that work here, they understand if they can pay for themselves and then some, well, then there's more work for everybody else. So it's a team effort for us here for sure, 100%.
Yeah, and that's why Bobby Moon is the best at what he does in this entire area. If you started off across the street in a smaller location, what made you decide to expand and move over across the other side of the street?
We burned ourselves on that building. 800 square feet for a saltwater fish store is, you know, not much at all. I think I had more at home when I was doing it at home. But it gave us that place where people would come in, it just legitimized us, you know, where people could walk into an actual store. Then it was like, well, I gotta move, but I gotta move close because fish tanks are so heavy and there's so much to it. And obviously the building period, I had to be back and forth, so moving across the street is perfect. But what's really like interesting and weird is my office is right here. I've never had an office in my life. You can see my old building through my office window, through my door. Yeah, so when I'm sitting at my office, I see where I came from, and that reminds me every day, you know, like how much we can do if we just put 1 foot forward. So.
There's one more question. I'll take a tour of you.
Sure.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you mentioned the team. How many people do you have working with you? The question that I like to ask, because I mean, a lot of people know we'd like to share and expose businesses, but me and Mike are trying to learn how to do things ourselves.
Yeah.
Guys like you.
Yeah, we're always learning from each other.
Everybody, all the time.
And that's super interesting to us, you know. How many people you got working for us, and then how do you manage that team? You know, obviously it's more than just managing. I heard you talk about, you know, some of the things you allow them to earn even more income. Tell us just a little bit more about how you made that step and having more people work for you.
Well, for one, I have good people around me. Some of that is just luck. You know, like some of the people that are in our family are good people. So 2 of my cousins work here, 3 of my friends that I knew before that kind of helped me get into this. So that helps for me. Obviously, I don't always recommend hiring family and people around you. I just happen to have those people be really good. But from there, it's about incentivizing. The reason I quit my job is because there's no incentive for me to work any harder. You know, I was cleaning the same tank over and over and over again. You can see what'll happen in 5 years, 10 years, you know what I mean? So for me, it was like, well, the world is about incentives. How do we incentivize people to work for us and be part of the team, you know what I mean? So and for my guys, it's easy because they were doing, I don't want to say dead-end jobs, because some of my guys are tradesmen, you know, painters and stuff like that. But if you can work in a fish store rather than busting your ass doing something really, really hard, obviously it's there, but we have to make that money. So they all understand that we're part of that team. And then I think that they like the fact that we're growing. I think they like the fact that we were in that little building, now we're in here, now we get to listen to music all day and blast it because we don't have people above us in the apartments. It's the freedom of the work environment that we have, you know what I mean? And we all get along really well too, so that helps. So, and then Heather's custom cupcakes, you just bring them cupcakes, and then if they complain,
We stopped by there one
you
day.
get cupcakes.
It's on our list of people that really, you can stop by there one
She's
day.
busy, a little late. For sure.
Interesting. Hey, so to recap, because we got a live stream going, we want to get you onto the tour and then some extra words of wisdom. If you guys are just joining us to recap, we're here with Bobby Moon of Chicagoland Aquariums in Bradley on Broadway. Also, to the owner of the brand, Kush Corals. You're hearing from him. He's got
I'm calling right now. That's who you. That's we'll pick it up. Don't worry, we got people in the back.
Grow a team, incentivize them, be a part of something that's growing. He's got an awesome product and service here. Let's take a look at more of it.
Even if you don't have a fish tank, it's still a really cool place to stop in because you've never seen. You ever seen a Mappa puffer?
Wait, you see these seahorses?
Yeah, you gotta check it out. We're gonna
fish, anemones.
Fish you can't find at the mall or Sears or anything like that.
So just pop in anytime.
Cool, let's get some more. What, Mike?
Bring the kids in here and come look at these fish. You won't find these kind of fish at Walmart. No.
Yeah, right. Well, Mike, you're always a great tour guide, so since your camera's down,
Are you still
Mike's
live?
comments. Yeah, we're live. We'll do it.
Let's give you a tour. Bobby Moon's going to take us on the tour here. Look at these sea fish.
First thing
Seahorses.
is seahorses.
Yeah.
Everybody digs seahorses. The males are the only animal that has the babies, so it's just interesting as it is. And a lot of people have just never seen them in real life.
Yeah.
So you can pop by. There's
There's
probably 7, 8 seahorses in there.
Go on this side, get
Tank's
a
a
little
little
bit
dirty. There's one floating around here.
Yeah. Yep.
Also behind me, we have our hydroponic grow out tables where we grow coral. We're not pulling from the ocean for most of our stuff. We're propagating or fragging is what we call it. So you'll see one chunk that we cut down into smaller pieces and we individually sell those. We do auctions on eBay. We do auctions on Facebook for all that good stuff.
Now, will
are
these
all-
regenerate or
Yeah,
regrow?
so you start with one little piece, it'll split into 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, and if you're good, the color stays really, really, really bright, it grows fast, and then we're just trading them out. We're buying big rocks, and we're cutting them down. We'll swap them. We do what's called frag swaps, where we go and we meet up with other coral growers, and we swap different strains of corals and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool. These are all Florida Recordia mushrooms right here that we just got in. Like $5-6 a mushroom, but we have some mushrooms that are up to $3,000 for a piece that's the size of a dime. So
Man,
pretty
this
interesting.
guy really knows his stuff.
So there's another table here. This is our acans from Australia shipment right here. These are all, when I got into the hobby, you couldn't even find an acan. It was something that was restricted. Some of these mushrooms here in the corner were record setting on eBay for price for mushrooms. One of them went for like $7,000 or something like that, which is insane. Anemones, we just got a new strain of snowflake anemones that nobody's ever really seen before. Diver finds a new cove somewhere and there's a new item. That drives up the price, obviously. Some of the Florida Key flower nems is what we're actually known for. These are really hard to come by. Most stores can't get them because we're buying them all up and selling them on eBay. More tanks here, a little bit dirty. We got a bunch of clownfish in here.
Clownfish.
Some wrasses, your classic yellow tangs. And we even have weird hybrid stuff, like we've got these naked clownfish that don't have any stripes on them.
Yeah.
Something different. Little goatfish right here. This little jawfish is the guy that started me wanting to do fish tanks, like I was showing you him in the other tank there. And then, I mean, obviously we got all sorts of different exotic fish, and we got all sorts of inverts like starfish. Let's see. We got...
And is everything that you have here saltwater?
Everything in the store right now is saltwater, pencil urchin.
Now, does that move?
It will when it wants to. I'm going to put this on your seat when you go to sit down, and we'll see what happens.
Wow.
You'll probably move. Inverts in there.
You know Dave Sadler? Dave Sadler's watching. You know
What up,
Dave,
Dave?
don't you?
I know that name.
He's a
for
big
sure.
wrestling fan.
Nice.
He always
What
has
up,
the
Dave?
pay-per-views up. Party at Dave Sadler's house next
Okay,
pay-per-view.
I'm there. I party as hard as I work. Used fish tanks. This was what started my online company. This was in my basement when I was living at my mom's house, and I started Kush
Wow.
Corals. So you can start a business on a Facebook page for free. It doesn't cost anything.
Nothing.
That's where this
Come on.
started. This was like way back in the day, and then this grew into where I'm at this point right
This
now.
right here did?
Yeah, this
And it's
was-
right in the center, too.
Yeah, yep, right in the
That's
center.
another reminder for you every day.
Yeah,
there.
exactly. We wanted, when I bought it, it was someday I'll have a store and I'll be able to walk
Wow.
around it. And now we actually get to. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's a sweet little tank. We do plan on adding a ton to the store. It's obviously such a big place that we're going to expand. This will all be freshwater, hydroponics, aquaponics, and pond stuff in here. So we plan on being here the next 15, 20 years.
In this
committed to
location right here?
Broadway.
That's
Yeah,
what I was going to ask you, because you seem like you got a big plan and you're working the plan.
Yep.
What are your, do you have any, where do you want to go from here? How big do you want to
So
get, and what
from
exactly do you
here,
want to do?
I want to be known online and locally, obviously, as the #1 aquapreneur. It's a term that I pretty much created.
Aquapreneur,
I'm an
okay.
entrepreneur, but I'm into everything aquarium. So aquariums, ponds, hydroponics, aquaponics, all that stuff, it does
Wow.
connect on a certain basis. So I want to be known as the aquapreneur. And
I've never heard that before,
yeah,
but I like it.
It's a new one. It's
That's your
hashtag
name, man.
Aquapreneur.
Okay.
I will make sure I hashtag that in this feed right
Do
here.
it.
But that's really the goal, is to be a successful entrepreneur, give people jobs, help out as far as Broadway, Bradley, the town that I'm in. I want to add to the environment around me. I want to add to the people that I surround myself with, and I want to get stuff from them and just be around good people. And all the people that have come into the store have been just awesome customers. Everybody's been super supportive. Everybody's really excited that we went from that little building to this building. We got our own parking lot. We're working on building our own sign. We're working on doing the windows in all aquatic stuff. So that is my goal, is to just work every day and progress. I don't judge myself against anybody else, only against myself. And I tell my team to do that. Let's just be the best team that we could be today. It doesn't matter what we did yesterday. You're only as good as your last at bat.
Those are some good goals to have. Well, words of wisdom we can go into. I don't know if he's back on the camera or not, but and there's more where that came from. Maybe we'll talk to him again in the future. Nonetheless, so how many years have you been in business now for?
So Chicagoland Aquariums was a 15-year-old company when I bought it. So I would say the company itself now is 18 years old. I've been doing Kush Corals, was the original company, for 5 years. So for me, it's been 5 years or so.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have somebody.
My old job 5 years ago.
You have somebody with a skill or maybe a service they can provide, and they're thinking about opening up their own business, but they quite haven't pulled that trigger yet. What would be your advice to somebody along those lines?
Do it yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait for some opportunity or whatever it is that you're waiting for. I have tons of buddies that like to read and like to watch YouTube videos all the time, which is fine. But at the end of the day, you got to do it. You got to just
take
stop
action,
thinking about it, and just take action, because just keep running into roadblocks. What I try to do is I keep going until I find a problem. And then, all right, cool, that's what's stopping me. Let's solve this problem, and let's just keep going from there. I would say don't wait at all. Even if you don't think I'm in the saltwater tanks. I do this 24/7. I don't know it all. I'm not a marine biologist, and I don't know every single thing there is to know. If that were to stop me, then I would have never started in the first place. So even if you like something, even if you're really into hats, you could start a website or a Facebook that's just giving your opinion on hats, and then eventually somebody who sells hats will probably pay you to put out their stuff. There's so many ways to get money nowadays. People don't understand. They don't understand the influence they have. Even if you just have a lot of followers on your Facebook page, that can be monetized. So that's where my brain is wired all the time, is in the monetizing everything I do. That's just how my brain is wired. So if you're doing stuff for fun and you want to try to make some extra money on it, there is a way to monetize it. You just got to figure it out. That's all. And then try to be the first to the market if you can, or at the very least be different. You know, for us, obviously we play on the terms reefer. You have a reef tank, so you're a reefer. That's why I have the goofy looking pufferfish. That separates me from every single vendor that ever comes out online, just because I'm different. Whether everybody likes it or everybody hates it, doesn't really matter. I'm still different. The work that I produce is what really people judge me by, but it's about being different. So if you can be different and first to the market, it's pretty good.
That's some good stuff. There's some words of wisdom right there. Okay, well, how can people get a hold of you if they want your services then?
I'm always on Facebook all the time. If I'm not on Facebook, my hands are in a tank or I'm dead. So if I'm dead, you've been dead for weeks. So for me, you can get a hold of me on Facebook, you can email us, you can call the shop, you can pop in the shop anytime. If I'm not here, my cousin Tim's here, Eli's here, everybody's here. But pretty much I'm on Facebook all the time. That's the best way to get a hold of us. 428 West Broadway is the shop. You really can't miss us. We got the biggest windows on Broadway, probably one of the biggest buildings. And I mean, especially at nighttime, it looks like a UFO landed in here with all the blue light on. So that's it. You can find me anytime swimming with the fishies.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Well,
Let's get
he's
these
busy
in.
today. Busy today, but he cut out some of his day for us, and he wanted to give a few minutes to you guys. I don't know what he does.
Well, it's
that
your time too for taking out your day to come here and do that. So
we love that stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard some words of wisdom from Bobby.
Take it to the bank.
Stay tuned.